Hi everyone, welcome to ADM SaaS Technical Webinar for PPM. I'm Chitra Mehendale, Senior Technical Account Manager in SaaS. In today's topic, I would be presenting a new feature introduced in latest PPM version 2023 called as Portfolio Multiple Hierarchies. I will also cover few additional portfolio management features that were introduced in the recent PPM releases as well. So let's get started. So here is the agenda for today. In PPM version 2023, product has introduced portfolio multiple hierarchies to add same entity to multiple portfolio hierarchies. This feature is also known as multiple views of the world. We would then look into candidate pool feature, followed by discussing a revamped strategy tab that was introduced in version 10.0.4 and few other enhancements for the portfolio management module. And at the end, we will have a question and answer session. So let's look at what is this feature, multiple views of the world. So this new feature allows lifecycle entities to be added in different portfolio hierarchies. This eliminates the limitation we had in earlier PPM versions, where one entity can belong to only one portfolio. The main benefit of this feature is that it provides a way to visualize the data for each stakeholder in a company based on his or her own perspective. For example, here in this diagram, you can see there are product managers who would like to view the projects or proposal from the product's angle with corresponding key metric and financial information, with a business owner or business unit managers would like to view the projects and proposal in BU architecture with different key metrics. And there are strategy owners who would like to see the portfolios in their perspective as well. So using this feature, it helps to easily organize projects, proposals, programs, assets, sub-portfolios in different portfolio hierarchies and report on the roll-ups of the same projects and programs in different ways. For example, you can organize your projects in the different key ways, by key objectives or by product or by line of business. For different stakeholders with multiple views of the world feature, they can have dedicated finance roll-up, dedicated dashboard and key matrices, dedicated business goals and KPIs, and lastly, but not least, dedicated views like roadmap, hierarchy, or board view. So to use this feature, you will need to enable that first. So you need to go to admin console feature toggle and then basically turn on this feature, which is called as add same entity to multiple portfolio hierarchies. Now I'm going to showcase that in the PPM environment using a quick video in the which has taken in the PPM instance. So here I'm basically representing an example for a telecom company, which has 3 portfolios. The first one is the portfolios by line of business. The second one is the product portfolio or the product value stream portfolio. And the next one is the portfolios by the strategy. So let's look at them. And then we will go through the individual one. So here, if we look at the portfolio line of business in the backlog, we have added a proposal in the market operation called a telecom system upgrade, which is a proposal. Let's look at now the telecom portfolio, product portfolio. In the backlog, if you see, we will see the same proposal, which is a telecom system upgrade, added to the broadband sub-portfolio. And in the third one, in the strategy also, if we look at the backlog, we'll see the telecom system upgrade under the enhanced customer experiences. So which shows, and now if I click on this telecom system upgrade, which is a proposal, in the strategy tab, you will see these 3 portfolios which is a broadband, market operations, and the lastly is the enhanced customer experiences. You can see all these portfolios here, and each portfolio has the strategic themes defined. So you can select it from the list that is shown here as a drop-down list, or if you select or change also, you can change it based on. So these are the two strategic themes which are defined at the portfolio level, and you will be able to select them at the each sub portfolio level. So that's how, just want to showcase that this one proposal is now added to three different portfolio hierarchies. Let's look at the now next. So as I just demonstrated, that one portfolio item, so it can be a proposal, a project, asset, sub portfolio, can be added to different portfolio hierarchies, but we want to make sure that these portfolio hierarchies do not overlap with each other. So let me explain using this following example, using a quick video here again. So here you can add the candidates, and we are going to search for this telecom system upgrade, which is a proposal here using a filter. So I selected that and now added to this sub portfolio, which is a postpaid under the telecom product portfolio. Now, if I go back to the parent portfolio, which is a product portfolio, and I see basically try to add the candidate here and try to search for this particular proposal, will not be able to see the telecom system upgrade in the list of values. And the reason being, since it's already added to the one of the sub portfolio in the same hierarchical portfolio hierarchy. Now, what are we going to do is we are going to delete it from the postpaid sub portfolio. And once it is deleted, now if you want to add it at the any other sub portfolio or at the parent portfolio, you will be able to see that using the candidates. Basically, if you search it using the candidate and the search string, you will be able to see it. So here, now I'm going to add it at the parent level. And you can see it here. It's shown right here. So this is to make sure the product has made sure that one item or one entity is added only once in the portfolio hierarchy. This is to make sure that the financial roll-ups are all, even the time roll-ups happen correctly, and there is no duplicate information within the portfolio hierarchy. Now let's look at how do you add the existing entity in the portfolio backlog. So this is I'm going to show it. So I'm currently in the telecom product portfolio, and we are going to add an existing entity using that plus sign and selecting all candidates. You can use the search string using the add filter, and it basically lists down all the fields. Suppose if we want to search by type, it lists down all the type that are allowed in the backlog setting of the portfolio type. We are going to select couple of epics here and add it at the telecom portfolio product portfolio, so you can see it here. Now let's look at the candidate pool feature. The candidate pool feature is that where when there are entities defined in the system, but those entities are not added to any of the portfolios, candidate pool shows lists down all those existing entity in the system which are not added to any of the portfolios. So a lot of time portfolio managers wants to have this option to check whether all entities are governed or not, and if they are not governed, then basically search that and move them into the appropriate portfolios. So let's look at that, how we can do it. So the candidate pool is you will see the icon on the top right hand corner. So once you see the candidate pool, you can search it and then you will be able to add the columns and also search by filter. Suppose if you use the type, and again, these are the types are defined at the portfolio type level. We are going to select the PFM proposal. So it's going to list down all the PFM proposals currently defined in the system, but not added to any of the portfolios. So we are going to select two, the sales data mart and review hold test one, and then move them to the existing, one of the existing portfolio. Suppose let's look at that BU accounting. Let's save that. So now these two proposals are moved to that BU accounting portfolio. Now let's look at that portfolio to make sure that those proposals are added here. So that this is a sub portfolio under the advantage incorporation. So let's look at there. So here it is. And now if I look at the backlog for BU accounting, you will see those proposals are added at review hold test one and the sales data mart using this candidate pool feature. Now I'm going to talk about Revamped Strategy Tab that was introduced in 10.0.4. If you see here, when we look it in the portfolio, when we log into the product portfolio, in the strategy tab, there are two tabs. One is the strategic themes and business goals, and the other is the strategy map. So in the strategic themes and business goal, it lists down all the strategic themes, and it also has the other columns. There is a selection for the columns where you can use a search string to filter the strategic themes. Also, you can select the columns that you want to show, or if you do not want to showcase some of the information, you can hide that by disabling those columns. Then add strategic themes using that plus sign or the business goal. If you click on the strategic theme customer engagement, it shows the strategic theme and the corresponding business goal for it and the linked items at the bottom. If you click on the business goals, SaaS customer retention, it shows the business goal details and the KPI and the linked items. So that's this UI is completely revamped during the 10.04, which was the last release before the latest one, which is 2023. And now let's look at the second tab, which is a strategy map. So the strategy map is this new tab. This tab basically shows the alignment of the strategic themes for the parent as well as sub portfolios. So for example, the customer engagement is one of the strategy theme defined at the parent level, and now this shows how that strategic theme is aligned with the different portfolio and the sub portfolios. So you will see the portfolio name right here, and then how this um, strategy is aligned with that. There are two basically ways to see it, whether it's a horizontal alignment or the vertical alignment. And using the plus sign on the right hand side, you will be able to expand the trees. So the application delivery has a customer engagement, and it also shows the improved operating cost and then the increased revenue DGP. And if you see the plus sign, it basically expands those trees, and it can further expand it. So at the bottom, you will see the portfolio names. So here it shows in all the pink because they are lean portfolios. And then you can do the same thing. So these are the horizontal, but you can have a vertical representation as well. And there is on the right hand side, top right hand side, there are two views, and you can switch between horizontal and vertical views. And this is a vertical view of the same strategy and alignment between the parent and sub portfolios, parent portfolio and the sub portfolios. This is how it shows. It can expand to the way you want, basically. Now let's talk about the strategic alignment information in the strategic and business goals tab. So if you see, the strategic theme is customer engagement, and then there is a business goal, and the bottom part is the link to the items. So what it shows, it's basically it lists all the entities or the initiative which have added impacts on a KPI related to the strategic theme customer engagement. So suppose if you see this epic here on the right hand side, or the PFM proposal, so you can see the strategic themes is mentioned as a customer engagement right here, which matches with this one. And it also added the KPI values for that strategic theme in that proposal. That's why this PFM proposal is is listed right here. So these are all the list of entities which has the same, same strategic theme mentioned, as well as there is a KPI information added in those individual entities. That's why they are listed in the link to the items in the this section. This was also added in the version 10.04. Now let's talk about just wanted to showcase a slight behavior change if you use this feature or not. So basically, when you open a portfolio and the contents tab, there is an add button using which you can add the contents to it. So if the multiple portfolio hierarchies this feature is enabled, then you will see this new UI, which where you will be able to select the candidates and add it to the contents. But if the multiple hierarchies feature is turned off, then you will see the old UI, where you will be able to still see select the proposal, projects and asset the way you add using the autocomplete list. But just wanted to showcase there are two separate UIs if the feature is enabled and if the feature is not. If the feature is turned off, you will see the old UI. If the feature is on, you will see the list using the existing candidates based on the refreshed UI. That's a slight difference basically that you might notice. And lastly, as you probably are very familiar that when you include proposal, projects or asset in the portfolio contents, you can use this autocomplete list. And if you want to customize this autocomplete list, these are the out of box validations behind this autocomplete list for each one of it. And if you want to customize it, you can do so by adding details in the custom underscore configuration custom underscore validations.conf file. And if you need more details about it, just search for using this string called custom underscore validations.conf in the out of box documentation, and you will be able to see all the details and where the file needs to be placed and all the details like that. But that is now allowed, that where you can customize these validations.